Okay folks, welcome back. I have done my color wheel brainstorming sheet and I am ready to start with my actual drawing on my object color wheel. So I have a larger piece of tag board that's 12 by 12. I'm going to need a drawing pencil, I'm going to need my kneaded eraser, and I'm going to need a picture to look at. Normally I would look on my phone, but that's going to be a little hard for you to see, so I've actually done a printout here. Okay, I'm going to fold this over so I can have this nice and close to my paper without having to draw with the paper underneath. All right, so you guys can skip this part if you feel like a really confident drawer. If you want a couple drawing tips, go ahead and watch this part, but I'm just gonna sketch it nice and big on my paper. If I were doing something that's actually circular, I might want to use something round to help me get the shape. So if I were doing a donut or a pizza or an orange or something roundish, I can start just with that basic shape. I could even get the bottom of the pear with this and then do the top on my own. Whatever I do, I want it to be nice and big and fill the space. Sometimes people do a really small drawing and then it makes it hard to do the painting later, or it doesn't quite hit all parts of the color wheel. So we want to do it nice and big. All right, I'm going to see that there's a circle here. The base of the pear is a circle. So nice and big at the bottom, I'll get a circle. And then just like before, this is kind of like a hill or a really steep rainbow or a rounded triangle. And as I noticed before, it kind of angles at the top. And there's even like a little scoop. Okay. And then down here, there's a little scoop at the bottom here. And I'm just going to refine this shape. Okay, the stem goes up to the left. Then there's like a little knob. And then this shape, well, that's basically like a half circle. It's kind of rounded on the top and a little bit flat on the bottom. I'm just looking for the basic shapes and then I can start to pay more attention. Well, this is actually like an S curve. It goes out and then in. Start to get a more detailed sense of the shape of the object. Okay, this is where the kneaded eraser comes in. Right now I've got a lot of sketchy lines, but I want one single line, what we would call a contour line. So I'm going to erase my kneaded eraser marks, or excuse me, my sketch marks with my kneaded eraser, and then make sure that there's one single outline. Here I go. So I was able to get rid of a lot of the sketch marks, and now I can go back in with my pencil and just add that one dark line. No sketch lines, just one single line. Okay, now that we have our drawing, I want to start to make the dividing lines that will divide our paper into 12 equal sections, just like when we did the practice paper. They're all divided into the 12 sections of the color wheel. So the easiest way that I found to do that is by taking our long ruler and going over our drawing. Our drawing is set. I know it's beautiful. It's hard to cross it in any way, but we're going to line up our ruler so it goes corner to corner. And with our pencil, we're gonna go swoop, like that. And then we'll do the same thing in the other corner. So line up our ruler corner to corner. You can also use a piece of cardboard or a long piece of paper, anything that you have that's got that long edge. Okay, now to find the other sections, I have a piece of paper, excuse me, a paper plate here. I'm gonna line it up so that these notches more or less match these cross marks. So it's not a perfect tool, it is a paper plate, but you can get it so they more or less are on those notches. I'm also going to check to see that it's roughly in the center of my paper, which it is. I can see that these black notches match those cross lines. And then every other place where there is a black notch, I'm going to make a mark. This will help me space out my lines so I can make 12 equal sections. Now with my ruler, I want the ruler to go through the center and hit both of those notches. Okay, so I'm on that notch there and that notch there. I'll go from top to bottom. Sometimes you have to fudge it a little bit, but you do want it to go through the center. So making sure that the ruler is going to go through the center and hit that mark and that mark. Looks good. Same thing here, through the center. And last one. Okay, so now you should have your drawing divided into 12 equal sections. You can do this two ways. Some people like to label it lightly first. So they would go through and lightly do a little Y for yellow or a V for violet. Since you have it already sketched here, you can probably get away with just starting painting as long as you're using this as a reference. If you think it'd make it easier for you, go ahead and lightly label Y yellow, YO, yellow, orange. Take some time to make it easier for you before you start painting. But again, you can rely on this. All right, meet you back in a moment for the next step.